Sorry, it's been a while. I'm back again. Today I'm going to talk about my experiences. So I've made a quick note of some of the things that I experienced through being a targeted individual, and this is not everything. I've just got like some of the main things that have happened. I might do another video if any other things occur to me, because it was quite extensive, and it all happened in a short period of time, within like little 6 months. I think a lot of these experiences did happen. Now I've had two occurrences where I've become aware that I was targeted. So it happened in 2013, and started taking medication to overcome some of my symptoms, and it went away. And then it came back again last year, at the start of last year. I believe it was in March 2017. And so a lot of what I'm talking about now has to do with this second time it's occurred, and less so with the first time. But there are some things which have happened in the first time that have occurred that I will mention here. So I'm going to try to keep this short, so I'm just going to go through it quickly, trying to make an example of when I've had this experience, such an experience, and then, yeah, and I would also be very interested if any of you guys have had similar experiences, so if you can, let me know in the comments box below. Okay, so the first one was a TV show. Now, I was under the impression, the first time it happened, the first instance it ever occurred to me that I was a targeted individual, although I didn't know what that was at the time. I had absolutely no idea. Was when I was at university, and I just had this impression that I was being watched. I felt like I was being followed, like not followed but watched, and it felt like I was on a TV show. That's how it felt like, and it felt like everybody around me was talking about me, like it seemed. And now I know, in hindsight, that it wasn't the people around. I don't think it was the people around. It was those who were feeding voices into my head. That was probably what was likely the reason for it. But it felt like I was on TV. Later on, when I started to actually hear the voices, they did confirm that I was on some sort of TV show or something like that. I don't know. I did some research, and I heard about this that from other people, that they feel like they're on a TV show. And I had a very strange experience that would be very hard to explain. It actually felt like, at one point, when I felt at the most like I was being watched the most, it was a feeling of awareness. You know, like when you feel like people's eyes are on you. That's how it felt like. And then when it went away, it felt like my world had just been closed in a bit. I can't explain it. More like the eyes are turned away from me in that sense. So it's very hard to explain. I think only people who experience it might know what I'm talking about. But it felt like I was on a TV show, unbeknown to myself, and I couldn't see anybody on it or anything like that. But it felt like somehow I was being recorded and watched. And it was being broadcasted somewhere. I tried to look online for this, like for any TV shows or anything like that was going on that people were not aware of, but obviously it came up blank. So the next one is that they listen to your thoughts. Now I've had a few commenters have said that you don't believe they can hear thoughts. In my case, they can hear thoughts. I know this because I communicate with them with my thoughts. I don't speak to myself out loud. I think in my head, and I get responses, and they actually comment on things that I do or thoughts that I have as well. They tend to react to thoughts that I've had. They view me on occasion directly. Now I've heard them say like, "Oh, I can see her." So it seems like what their ability to see me only is determined on I think their abilities. I don't know how it works. I'm not going to even try and guess at how it's done, but it seems that they'll say stuff like, "Oh, we can see her, I can see her." And so I don't know, it could be even just messing me around, and I think a lot of it can be that as well, so I don't know. They interfere with my technology. So say, for example, I've had this on a few occasions when I've made a video which I wanted to put out there, which was talking about like electronic harassment and targeted individuals, and it's been of content that they don't want me to put out there. I've had my laptop mess up. It looked like the screen was waving. So some sort of interference. I'm not sure how they do it, but yeah. And when it was over, and I tried to play the video back again, the audio and the video had been out of line, and it wasn't before that. That made me realise that they can interfere with my technology, and they can do it like live times. They can do it if I do something immediately, they could interact that.